evening, everybody, and welcome to LockDonn LAN, possibly 45. As we actually have some sort of vague planned schedule now, we are going to be doing Dungeon Defenders. I'm starting a little bit early, as something crossed my mind, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this on easy by myself. Other people will be along shortly. I don't remember how far we got, because I think we were doing it on night. We were doing it on. Yes, we've never done it on easy, so I hope, have no problems doing this on easy. Should be relatively straightforward. An easy completion of this should still award a kobold. That will award, obviously, an easy level kobold, but an easy level kobold could be better than the giraffes we're using. So we're, as you have probably seen if you've been following us, we're struggling to get gear. We're struggling to find anything that's possible and actually gives an upgrade. It's a bit of a hole in this part of the game's progression. It's something I knew of before we started. It's not the slightest bit surprising. I was hoping it had been fixed. It doesn't look like it has. They have done some fixes towards this with the later levels, but we're not at that point. And it's something I've tried very hard to make sure I don't scrub my own games, is you can't listen to the end game players too much. They are important, but it's very important you don't absolutely ignore your early players, your mid-game players. Your end-game players are going to play to a degree regardless of what you do. We're not going to make it to end-game at this rate. We're struggling so hard to get any loot. Eventually, yeah, because eventually I'll grind my way up to 100, but then I'll be getting, you know, hooray, level 80 loot when I'm level 100. You never know, we might fail, but I'm hoping it will be a reasonable success here. Nice camera. We got the layout good, and we just didn't really quite have the gear. Now, I was stuck on wave 14, which means no giraffe. Oh well. Hopefully we should get a few people along a wee bit later. This is probably, I say hopefully, probably going to be very, very easy and, you know, reasonably boring. I can only hope. That's one of the issues. We need to do the very, very end part of the progression now, which is very, very deep waves, so wave 35 plus, and that does take a long time to get to. So hopefully I stomp this, hopefully we get through. As ever, I will do as a one character and switch to the other. So each one's got a lightning tower, which should do pretty much all the damage, and a deadly striker tower, just the occasional thing that gets through the lightning tower. I shouldn't need to spend any more mana. Pretty much all I've got left to do is pop some gas traps and switch to the Huntress. Yeah. Sometimes we do this off stream, you know, we have some off stream games because there's a lot of grind in Dungeon Defenders, and I was hoping it had been more resolved than it actually has been. 2 more treasure chests, okay. Yeah, I definitely won't get any gear from this, but the kobold shouldn't be much worse than a nightmare kobold. A little bit, such as the nature of the beast, but not a lot. And then I've popped down some gas traps to slow everything down. I might have to pop. So, it's the worst bit about. Again, these maps are all designed with lots of players in mind. So I'm going to have to make sure, because I forgot there are spiders on this difficulty. So I'm going to have to pop down archers everywhere. My guy's not brilliantly good, but he should hopefully be able to deal with some archers. Archers are just here to deal with... I never know what his range is. That green glow is actually his range? I don't know. Tomorrow is planned for Terraria, and Thursday, and I haven't tried to get it working, but hopefully it will be possible, should be Jedi Knight 3 PvP, which I haven't played in an extremely long time. I recall it was really good. We'll find out. I also recall Diablo was very good until I actually played it. I'm still a little bit sad about that. I also wish I could do a snapshot, so when you start the game you just go, just snapshot, you know, use this bit in case you scrap, because it takes me about, well, whatever it was, 10-15 minutes just to set up. Sure. DST's dying hasn't generally been a one of the issues though. We were doing this on Nightmare. We weren't far off. We just were stretched a little bit thin because we didn't have enough people. Hopefully this, though, because it's easy, shouldn't be too hard. I guess the advantage of having because yes, you can get the Wyverns, take out the DSTs. Oh, good camera, thanks. Oh well, wish me luck. I suspect this would be easy enough. Mostly if I haven't screwed out the layout. Okay, they got 4,000 health, and my unupgraded missile tower is doing 2,500. Yeah, so ogres might be an issue. Gas, brilliant, thanks. I'm also completely on the wrong path. Oh, well, I've got this up, didn't I? Wait, how? How? I should have gone with a lower weight after all. This seems like an unlikely amount of ogres too. I also wish, given this is the last patch of the game, it showed you where something had been destroyed from. It tells you a tower's been destroyed. You look at the map going, I didn't memorize all my towers. I didn't die. No, this is on easy. This is easy. Hence the real confusion how that took so much damage. Like, a kobold got past? Maybe? I don't know. Honestly. Now, the goal here, specifically, is to get some more levels unlocked. So even if I only get a couple done, when the rest of the gang turn up in a bit, hopefully soon, we'll be able to start on a later level. Well, there's the same amount of ogres. On the level spawns don't really change much between difficulties, just the health. Next wave will have 21 goblin copters. What has he got? 7,500. 13. All right, it's not as good. Very curious there how I lost quite so many DSTs. I think there was an ogre got through. Come on, you need to have a station position next to the ogre. Alright, I can't put it there. They've accidentally failed to mark that off. Oh, wait, hold on. You might need a lick. Can I build one? Yes, I can. There you go. Hopefully they'll cover each other. But yes, I guess there are DSTs. I mean, they'll get slightly better range out here. I mean, you are talking about lopping off 10 meters or so from their range. Mine have got a range of 44. The hard limit to DSTs is 60. What I have found with this game, and a lot of games of this sort of ilk, is people forget. Like, I've had so many people going, like yesterday someone goes, oh, just build this same game turret. I'm like, yeah, but we don't have access to this turret. People going, oh, you should just do Nightmares, you know, End of Spires on Nightmare Hardcore to get good gear. I'm like, yes, but we can't do that. You know, there's each step of the way. So hence why I'm doing this on easy rather than, this won't net any loot for me whatsoever. Apart from the kobold on a treadmill. Even with the buff beam, I won't hit a range. I mean, I don't have an EV, you know, it's teamwork. But even with the buff beam, I won't hit 60. Oh, I didn't need to hit that one. Just kind of worrying about over-defending this one a bit. Yeah, there's a hard-coded limit, though, which is 60 meters. So if you buff past 60 meters, you know, you don't gain anything. Leveling? Yeah. Oh, is it? No, hold on. I really wish there was a sort function on this. Nope. Somewhere I swear I have either a... Maybe it is this one. It's an Apprentice Guardian. I can't remember what was buffed. Was it Trap? Was it Tower Hell? Might have been. Well, it's a pad-based game, so they do a reasonably good job. Unless you mean me, but that's because I'm juggling like 6 characters in a minute. I'm also leveling, so again, when you get to endgame, you go, oh, that's no use, that's no use. But when you're still leveling, you get through gear quite quickly. It wouldn't make for riveting viewing going, evening guys, this time I'm going to spend 3 hours clearing out my inventory. Doesn't make for riveting viewing. I also try and keep that to a minimum. I said pretty much as you level, almost everything. Missed that twice. Let's carry on. As you level, almost everything becomes crap very quickly. So there's just no point. When you hit level cap, then you sell anything that's not a level 100 item. And then you just start to rebuild it all from there. But right now, so I'm keeping stuff for different occasions, stuff that might be useful in one way or not another. Guess just the DSTs. But I did 1 level. That means I've unlocked 1 level further for doing this with more people. Well, a lot of this difficulty. I don't need XP though. I mean, this is the problem. So I am level... What am I? Level 82. Number of Transcendent items I have seen, 0. This is what I mean about the broken-ass progression in this game. So you hit 74, you can get Mythical. In fact, you get Mythicals before 74. And then Transcendent, it's like, oh, are you not doing 35 waves of survival? No Transcendent gear for you, then. So XP is, you know, yeah, I do get a few more stats, but it's not really anything to be useful about. I don't think any ogres come through the other entrance, do they? I'm gonna hazard a guess that's missiles from a goblin copter. Why are they called missiles? Why aren't they called hit-iles? I also trying to remember the difference between a rocket and a missile. Is it missiles are guided and rockets are not? Or rockets are manned and missiles are not? I can't remember the difference. There is a difference. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Oh, Arcane Labs, sorry. I thought it meant we're purposely avoiding doing what is considered to be the correct progression, which is to farm the pay-to-win levels endlessly. Arcane Labs, what the fuck? You don't mean Arcane Labs. There's an Arcane Library, and you don't mean that. Maybe you do. And then there is a Tinker's Lab. Now, Tinker's Lab is... It's pay to win. It's literal pay to win. And it boggles my mind they didn't get a lot more flack for it. So you run that level and you'll get great gear. But you'd have to sit there and run the same thing over and over and over. Yeah, Arcane Library's outside of our... Right. For those of you who have been following, though, we've got the... we do have a spreadsheet, you see, on the website. And that actually shows the equivalent scalars. Library. So Arcane Library has a scalar of 20. So Tavern Defense is a scale of 23. So Arcane Library, beat for beat, level for level, wave for wave, will drop less good gear than this level. We can't do Arcane Library on decent difficulty yet. What they're called, not Revenants, Harbingers absolutely whip our ass, like completely whip our ass. But as I said, in that case, I agree, it would probably drop great rewards. We can't do it. I also suspect we'll probably stop playing this game at the point when our only option for gear is run this thing to run this thing to level survival wave 35, run this thing to level wave 35. We have done I want to say Dread Dungeon, but I think Dread Dungeon is actually a different game. We've done that one a bunch of times. And that one's got an extremely high XP scaler for absolutely no reason I can work out. So we've run that one loads of times, but the gear scaler is quite low. It's only 6. But yeah, I actually data mined the game, which I should not have had to do. I should not have to data mine the game to work out where to do the next bit. But as I said, the Tinker's Lab and a bunch of the other paid-for DLCs have incredibly high scalers, which give you just ridiculously better gear than anything else. And again, properly bowls my mind Trendy didn't get really called out for it. People complain that we're overpowered and broken, but no one said this is, you know, this isn't just figurative pay to win. This is literal pay to win here. But another wave. It does. What does what? Sorry. Remember, don't play the pronoun game with the streamer, because what you're referring to is probably something I said like a minute ago. So I don't know what you're talking about. If you mean the Arcane Lab, yeah, I know. The Arcane Lab just drops random stuff at extremely high quality. To the point where there's almost possibly, but we can't do it on the same. So I know it does. It has a high scaler, but we can't do it. Can't remember how we were doing it. I can't remember. I think we were doing it on easy, and then we're going to get it. We're just going to keep increasing it and improve our layout. Yeah, Arcane Library, yes. Yes, but we can't do it on Insane. It ain't happening. Did it on easy? Where was that, I wonder? Oh. Not there. Not there. Oh, not the inside. Roll. Wait, where was it then? Right, I might try bouncer blockades then. But yeah, Arcane Library will drop great gear because it's got a scaler of whatever it was, 20, but not as good as this level. But you don't get Harbingers on this level, and Harbingers are freaking awful. This is the wrong character. But yeah, the agreed progression in this game is essentially get someone else to twink you to the point where you can do Arcane Lab, because they've done Arcane Lab a bunch, and then just do Arcane Lab for a few days, and then Insane, Nightmare Hardcore, Endless Spires. Which is like, okay, but this is stupid. I mean, it's utterly stupid that, first of all, that is what people suggest, and that people have just gone, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, my bouncer blockades are far, far tougher than my arcane barriers. It'd also help if I had more of my my usual teammates. Right, and I think they're all asleep. Or off. In some cases, I can see they're playing Terraria. That's fine. I said I'd start early. I say if I fail, it doesn't matter. I have unlocked 3 waves. That was kind of the goal. So then we'd start up again on similar thing, but we jumped further through. I was expecting it to be a little easier. It's just these endlessly nightmare. Oh, that one died. It's these endless ogres. And we're still a bunch of D down. I can fit Slice and Dice in. Let's do that. They're awesome. Yeah, 30,000 health. That's a bit more like it. And it's also further away. But yeah, the Harbingers on the Arcane Library just rapidly turn it into not fun. I understand where they were going, but just not fun. Actually, I don't think I need to. I don't think ogres ever come this way, so let's not do that there. I think my damage is alright. It's just a question of holding them up long enough for the damage to do its thing. But looking at the balancing of this game, looking at the way they've approached the end game and expanding the game is fascinating, because they did a very, very bad job of it. So again, having looked through the code, having looked through how the item generation system works, it's hilarious. So supreme items. So you've got godly at 60. You've got mythical at 74. You've got transcendent at 80. Supreme, on the other hand, have the score of -1000. Supreme plus have a score of -2000. So what they did, I don't know why I'm going this way. What they did is they hacked it in because they'd run out of number space, so they had to put it in as a negative hack. They didn't think very much through. You've also got the issue of, you've probably seen as wizardry if you've played to endgame, that sometimes you get items with massive negative stats. That's not a balance decision. That's a bug. What happens is it's rolling a number, and then it's applying all the bonuses of your level and your gear level and difficulty and all that, and then sometimes that number overflows. So if you get basically an item that's too good, it overflows to being extremely bad. And I've looked through the code. It was not by design. This was not how the game was ever planned. It simply happened because the scalars were much bigger than they were initially intended to be. And it's quite funny, really. Again, I see people defending this, going, "Oh, but somebody put in lots of time, and we can't devalue their thousands of hours of game." And I'm like, it's a bug. It's not supposed to be. You can't fix bugs, because their argument was lots of people have exploited the bug now, so we can't get rid of it because then those people would be unhappy. Like, that's not how bugs work. What are you talking about? I think I had the greatest weakness from this direction, so I'm going to pop a Fireball Tower here. But genuinely amused to see game players who have said put many hours into running endless waves, trying to defend bugs, like genuine actual bugs. Not even I think it's a bug because I'm annoyed with it. Actual, honest to God, you generated this into a byte and then you modulated it here, and you didn't ever think, thanks. Nope, it's not a balance thing, it's a bug. But the feedback I got from the community development team was, we're not going to fix this because it would devalue all the time and effort other people have put in the game. It's like, holy shit, dude, this is how MMOs work. You end up devaluing all the time and effort people have put in because you just put in better loot. But no one argued about Assault Labs, sorry, what's it called? Tinker's Lab Assault being massively overbalanced because everyone's farmed that, so they're happy with it. I farmed it, therefore you should have to. That sort of mentality. If I get a little bit luckier on the DST shots, they should shoot down ogres over the water. But it feels like a balance thing. That's it. If you are an ignorant player, you have no idea about these things. Why would you know what the how did he get in there? But how would you possibly know that was why this was happening? You wouldn't. I mean, there's no way. I went all the way through the loot system, and it's a clunky, disastrous mess, to be quite frank. But was never designed to have whatever it was, because the level cap went from 60 to 74, the level cap went from 74 to 80, that's 100. It was never designed for that. This is too many ogres. I also can't cover this much ground. How are this game? I mean, I'll jam it up better, I guess, but what the hell? Like, just walking past a slice and dice, I feel that might be a bug. I also suspect the expansions were done by what's it call it? Juniors, who didn't necessarily understand the ramifications of what they did. It just saddens me that at this point in the game, when they've made a big deal about we're never patching the game again, they haven't gone, we fixed this issue. And even an apology. We realise this may render some of the long-term players' progression null and void, but more importantly, it means that new players aren't going to be like, what is this ridiculous shit? The game does never, you know, unless you start reading the wiki pages, you've no idea ever that you have to do stuff like run survival waves all the way to the end. You know, you don't have any indication that you get more gear by running a higher level. Why would you? It's not explained anywhere. And their recommended level for doing stuff. I'd love to see someone do Arcane Library at level 60. It's just, they never updated it. And these are surprisingly, surprisingly tough. Oh, no more mana this way. To the right door. What? I'm not sure which one you mean. You mean the one where I lost the defences? I'm just slightly saddened my DSTs aren't knocking stuff down at appropriate distance. But once we've got the other two people on, who should hopefully be along about half an hour, we should go better. So that should give me access to a buffer. That will give me access to a summoner. A decent summoner. My summoner is not a decent summoner. My summoner is merely a summoner. Let's get the... I think I lost... Oh, I lost the DST and the lightning tower. Jam some more orcs in there. I don't really have much in the way of stats on this character. He's not even a 74, so no, not got any trans gear. So I'm going to sell something because I need 8 DU for a Deadly Striker. I don't think I need one here. I don't think anything of any note ever comes down that door. Having said that, now they all will. Obvs. DST can go at the back. There's no reason to have it forwards. In fact, the further back... Come on, give me a green spot. There we go. Come on, stay. There we go. The further back, the wider field of fire it's got. Lightning... 7, I need one more. Oh, I'll probably have to sell this light fireball tower. That was only... So, lightning towers in this game and are absolutely ridiculously overpowered, and they're brilliant at level. You can arc around half the level. And then we've got 4 DU. And little things like, you know, last ever map. Why the fuck did you not fix the collision on this? That's obviously something you sprint up. Just little things. Given they had, crikey, 4 years to do the final run of fixes and stuff, you would have thought that would have been all done. I might just pop down an ethereal spike trap, you know. Right where they're going to get it. But further back than the gas trap, so it won't affect... So normal mobs will get hit by the gas trap, and then big mobs won't. Well, this is where I probably should have done pure survival. Because pure survival doesn't have any resistances. So you can pretty much just go lightning towers. But this has been the weak one every time so far. Let's give it a hand. I'm here, kill me! I say, guys, just keep not hitting the towers. feel I didn't put that magic missile tank quite the right place. How? How has he got past? But if we're 2 people in, it will be a lot easier, I'm sure. But one of my biggest complaints about this game regarding balancing is the fact that I'm getting polished. I'm barely getting godly at a point where I am doing this in full mythical. So you need far, far more loot to achieve something than the rewards match up, which is silly. A level of difficulty 100 should always drop gear of at least 101. Otherwise, you can just end up rerunning the same map for forever and ever and ever and ever and ever with no improvement in gear. I wonder if I pop this. So, do lightning towers, can they target through a wall? So I put my lightning tower here. Will it target through the walls, the mobs coming up, and nothing will ever hit it? I genuinely don't know the answer. I suspect they do, but it's also possible they will. That the first orb has to be line of sight. I don't know. Let's find out. Dungeon Defenders Lightning Tower line of sight. For a lightning tower sight attack, it's a direct line of sight over a fairly short distance. Okay, then yes it does. Damn. Well then I will pop it. It's only the first one in the chain. Like that much I know. But I still don't see how this guy got past. I really don't. I'm going to put a few more minion units down. No. I really wish it would sort of snap rather than just wiggle it around and hope. It's just sort of snap going, here you go. Ba, 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 ba. And the mages do damage, but I don't think I've ever actually seen them do it. But I know they do. I don't have a particularly underwhelming graphic for it. What about DU Cat? What did you say about being good? No, it's shit XP though. 300,000 over 6 waves. But as I said, even if I fail, we can start further through. It should be all fine. Should be all fine. It would help if I could sit on my builder as well, because you get a 30% boost to damage. Ba, 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 ba. Well, the thing is, on this difficulty, I guarantee you I will get all the way to 35. Well, if I get all the way to 35, I will not see any upgrades, despite it being significantly more difficult than my gear level will make out. So I will not see any upgrades, and I'm struggling. This is definitely not right. It's just never been resolved, which is poor on their part. But we've got to wave 19. The idea is, once we've got the others in, we'll go... yes, not on this difficulty you didn't. Or do you mean on easy, all the way to 35? Because 12 million XP is not really a lot anymore. I guess you got the way to 35 in mind. Really not. I've no idea. I've got so many lightning towers and stuff. It could be anywhere. Right, it's that. How did he get past? Is it just that my deadly strikers are overwhelmed? They're not knocking down the goblin copters far enough away? Did I make my defenses too big? But essentially, I'm slowly losing here and just holding it back with my gun. Yeah, but... But I haven't played this level in quite a while, hence the remembrance that the top left, top right doesn't need to be defended, far left doesn't need defended, middle right does. Yeah, root fun to me now, bitches. Oh boy. Lightning Tower survived though, so let's upgrade that one. And I lost some. Please steal that first. Yes, I actually don't have an EV, so there's not much point because EVs again very much pay to win. An EV, it's cheaper to put down one tower and the buff beam than to put down 2 towers. Like it costs less DU. And you get better results out of it. Again, silly, but perfectly valid for a pay-to-win scenario. I've never been a big fan of the Jester, though apparently the Wheel of Fortune can be very good. I think that's a can rather than an is, though. Let's fill up in here. But yeah, I genuinely confused how the orcs are failing to hold the mobs back. Is that the point? Aren't they essentially the cheap blockers? And for the expensive blockers, you've got the ogre minion, which I can just about fit in apparently. And I'll give him a healer. Oh man, let's sell. Come on, you're doing any useful anyway. Let's give you a heal around the corner. How much health have you got, Jack? Curiosity. No. Stop picking up items. Why is it the same button? $17,000. About half as much as the bouncer blockade, but it does heal. I don't even remember it, to be honest. I wasn't playing the game at the point when they were implemented, so they came in. I bought one in a pack later on. Ah, I see. We lost the bouncer blockade there. Not sure how, but there we go. I love that. Did you want to build it near the edge? Well, we're not going to show you the... Ah, that's Sharkin that did that, isn't it? If you look where the... that is. 5 to you left. Is there anything else we need to worry about down here? Didn't lose anything that round down here, I don't think. Up, up. Dora! Out! Go on, out! Out! Never own a kitten. Or at least don't own a naughty kitten. There was a lightning tower there. That's a pain. That lightning tower was doing most of the middle stuff. Yeah, that right. Kills 40. Let's not. What's its DPS? It's 16,000. Let's screw that. Come on. Come on. I'm afraid that seems to be alright. I seem to be uploading fine. You can always drop to a lower quality. Everything appears to be good at this end, though. God damn, where is everyone? We should have been playing Terraria instead. Oh, and there's a cosmetic item dropped. I still get excited by those, even though it's almost certainly going to be a pile of ass. Ooh. No. I usually find YouTube is the more reliable one. But it varies by location, it varies by... that. I think that's pretty much it. But with 2 people, it's not so bad because you can cover 2 locations. Where is everyone? All asleep. We actually do have a plan for tomorrow's Terraria as well. We were very much struggling on the expert mode content. In no small part that some of the people playing haven't ever played before. So they're like, I'm not entirely sure what to do. The bosses scale up their health in expert mode per player. So everyone has to pull their weight. You can't really twink someone through. Normally you can, normally you can. You just like stand there, collect the loot, brilliant, you're brilliant. Not so much in expert. So we've been struggling a lot on that, and we had to. The game has a system where if you keep failing to achieve something, you kind of get progression anyway. So we were 2 tiers of gear above where we needed to be in order to kill the boss. And this is really not a. Oh, I don't think I've got a Deadly Striker tower facing that way. That might be why I've been having a few issues. Yeah, so we were 2 tiers of gear above where we needed to be to kill the bosses, and then we know the bosses. So we're going to try the jungle content, and basically if we get stuck and it gets frustrating, what we'll do is we will... 6. What we'll do is we will drop back to a new world on easy difficulty, progress on the lower world, and then come back. They are hard, and the expert mode, which is what we're in, is designed to be even harder. There's a difficulty above it, but the Warcraft phrase that would be used would be overtuned. So what Blizzard never said it's too hard. They would say this boss is overtuned, which means it's too hard. Right, we're 20, 15 to go. So I'm even beginning to... Well, I guess with the buff beam, it would help. But I mean, I can't realistically idle an Eevee because we'll just get so many more mobs. So we'll go with doing loops. With 1 player's or swings, I can't really stop and repair stuff and upgrade stuff either. What the hell? What? Where? Where? You have to tell me where. Yeah, 2.5 million health per ogre. That's going to be a struggle. Pretty sure this is going to be my weak spot, though. The issue you've got here is that BSEs are very good, but they don't have particularly high DPS. You know, I think mine are at like 200k. It's going to take 10 seconds to kill an ogre with 2,500 health. I've no idea where that's going down. This is all over for us. Again, the defences are still up. How have they got past it? How are some of them walking through a lightning trap and a gas trap and an ogre and 2 orcs? Ouch, 3 million on the ogres now. Oh, wow. Yeah, so that's beyond me. Again, I mean, I have people watching this going, oh, you should do bloody blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, even with that. So that's an hour, and I've achieved, well, I guess I unlocked 5 or 6 levels, but we aren't going to be able to jump in there, even with all of our guys. And it's just annoying that the game has this issue, that there is... in a lot of ways, very little content. I can just go and do stuff to improve. Again, with no one else here, I might be able to do shipwreck. So this one, we still haven't completed it, but oh wow, you get a lot of money in XP, but you need to go a long way in. But given as no one else has turned up, I may just go to bed. Maybe I'll do that instead, because it's just me, and that is not a LAN party. That's just me. But I've had fun, and that's all that matters. Why am I stopping to kill you? They don't need to. All I need to do is not die, which is definitely easier to start done. Yes, I guess I'll give a few people a few more minutes, and if no one comes up, then there is no LAN party. I've been to LAN party like that before. There's a limit to how much I can just sit and play a computer game and just talk to myself. But there's a lot of new Doom Eternal content, so I might then play that on my Xbox. I like Doom. I like the new Doom a lot. I'm kind of curious to see what the new content is. So it's something to do with demons that kill people in other players' games, and they come and kill you, and they get harder. And I'm like, okay. It's another one of these sort of slightly Dark Souls-esque, don't know why anybody cares features. Also, it's one of those that you could just tell me that it was a mob that killed somebody else. I can't prove it. Oh well, last attempt, and then I shall probably head off and just on my console, just quietly. Come on. Oh well. Thank you for watching, guys. Always very appreciated to have someone keep me company in the dark times. And I will see you all tomorrow when we are supposed to play Terraria.